Hi guys and welcome to my channel. In this video I'm going to talk about MBTI. So what is an MBTI? The Myers Briggs Type Indicator, or MBTI, is a personality assessment tool developed by Isabel Briggs Myers and her mother Catherine Cook Briggs. Based on Carl Jung's theories of psychological types, it identifies your natural preferences along 4 scales. Where you focus your energy, extraversion versus introversion, how you take in information, so sensing versus intuition, how you make decisions, thinking versus feeling, and how you approach the outside world, so judging versus perceiving. So when was the MBTI assessment first published? World War II was a huge influence on the project's development. Myers believed that if people understood each other better, they'd work together better and there'd be less conflict. The post-war world could be a better place. She was determined to find a way to give people access to their psychological type. This led to the idea of a type indicator, and Myers dedicated the rest of her life to its development. She spent the next 20 years developing questions and validating the instrument and the theory. The MBTI instrument was first published in 1962. Now, before I tell you a little bit about each and every one of these 16 types, I have linked the test down below in the description and also in the comments. So you can do the test first and then come back once you've done it and know which personality you are. I'm going to give an overview first and then talk about career, romance, and lastly, strengths and weaknesses of each MBTI personality. So let's get started. So we have the analysts, diplomats, sentinels, and the explorers. First up is the analysts. They consist of the architect, logician, commander, and the debater. They are INTJ, INTP, ENTJ, and ENTP. So INTJ, you are the architect. Have original minds and great drive for implementing their ideas and achieving their goals. Quickly see patterns in external events and develop long-range explanatory perspectives. When committed, organize a job and carry it through. Skeptical and independent, have high standards of competence and performance for themselves and for others. INTJ personalities thrive in careers that allow for strategic thinking, independence, and intellectual challenge. They excel in roles that involve problem-solving, innovation, and a focus on long-term goals. Suitable career paths include those in STEM, so science, technology, engineering, and mathematics, as well as fields like law, finance, and even certain areas of the arts. INTJ is the thoughtful and reliable partner. As an INTJ, you're one of the least likely types to get all mushy and shower your partner with flowers or gifts for no reason. That's just not how you roll. Because for you, a relationship is more about partnership, shared goals, and mutual respect. Romance, overrated. However, if you're in love, you'll show it through your reliability and thoughtfulness. You'll remember the details of what your partner wants in life and do what you can to help them achieve it. It's not exactly the stuff from rom-coms, but that's the INTJ's brand of love, and honestly, it's kind of impressive, and a rare find at that. INTJ's strengths and weaknesses. So the strengths are rational, informed, independent, determined, curious, and original. Your weaknesses are that you're arrogant, dismissive of emotions, overly critical, combative, and socially clueless. If you are an INTP, you are the logician. Seek to develop logical explanations for everything that interests them. Theoretical and abstract, interested more in ideas than in social interaction. Quiet, contained, flexible, and adaptable. Have unusual ability to focus in depth to solve problems in their area of interest. Skeptical, sometimes critical, always analytical. The logicians are often well suited for careers that involve analytical thinking, problem solving, and innovation. They thrive in environments that allow for independent work, intellectual exploration, and the development of new ideas. Some ideal career paths for INTPs include roles in technology, engineering, research, and certain areas of science. If you are an INTP, you are also the thoughtful, intellectual lover. As an INTP, romance isn't really your thing, but it doesn't mean that you don't put effort into making your partner feel special. You do. You just go about it in your own analytical, mind-first way, just like with everything. For example, you might read their favorite book or dive into the rabbit hole of research on a topic they're passionate about, just so that you can discuss it with them. Effort? Absolutely. Romance? Well, let's just say you have a unique interpretation of the concept. So your strengths and weaknesses. Your strengths are that you're analytical, original, open-minded, curious, and honest. Your weaknesses are that you're disconnected, insensitive, dissatisfied, overthinker, and impatient. If you are an ENTJ, you are the commander. Frank, decisive, assume leadership readily, quickly see illogical and inefficient procedures and policies, develop and implement comprehensive systems to solve organizational problems, enjoy long-term planning and goal setting, usually well-informed, well-read, and enjoy expanding their knowledge and passing it on to others, forceful in presenting their ideas. The commanders are natural leaders who thrive in careers that allow them to strategize, organize, and execute plans, particularly in business management and leadership roles. They excel in environments where they can take charge, solve problems, and drive projects to completion. You are the strategic and intentional partner. While ENTJs may not be the most romantic in the conventional sense, grand poetic declarations are not your thing, romance with you feels deliberate and purposeful. You might just straight up ask your partner what they want or like and then plan something that fits perfectly with their vibe. For example, you might ask them about their dream vacation and then plan every detail to make sure it's exactly what they wanted. Your strengths and weaknesses. So your strengths are that you're efficient, energetic, self-confident, strong-willed, strategic thinker, and charismatic and inspiring. Your weaknesses are that you're stubborn and dominant, intolerant, impatient, arrogant, poor handling of emotions, and cold and ruthless. If you are an ENTP, you are the debater. Quick, ingenuous, stimulating, alert, and outspoken. Resourceful in solving new and challenging problems. Adept at generating conceptual possibilities and then analyzing them strategically. Good at reading other people, bored by routine, will seldom do the same thing the same way. Tends to turn from one interest to another. The debaters often thrive in careers that allow them to leverage their creativity, strategic thinking, and love for debate. They enjoy problem solving and are drawn to roles where they can devise innovative solutions. Careers in business, law, science, and the arts can be a good fit. Some specific roles that often attract ENTPs include software developer, business consultant, lawyer, scientist, and creative director. You are the playful, cheeky lover. As an ENTP, you approach romance with creativity and exploration. So forget cliché romantic gestures like flowers or candlelit dinners. Instead, you might show your affection through organizing quirky, unconventional dates and arranging impromptu outings that keep things exciting. And when it comes to expressing your feelings, you're less about the sappy stuff and more about playful teasing and flirty banter. Strengths and weaknesses. So your strengths are that you're knowledgeable, quick thinkers, original, excellent brainstormers, charismatic, and energetic. Your weaknesses are you're very argumentative, insensitive, intolerant, can find it difficult to focus, and dislike practical matters. Now let's talk about the diplomats. They consist of the advocate, the mediator, the protagonist, and the campaigner. They are INFJ, INFP, ENFJ, and ENFP. So INFJ, you are the advocate. Seek meaning and connection in ideas, relationships, and material possessions. You want to understand what motivates people and are insightful about others. Conscientious and committed to their firm values. Develop a clear vision about how to best serve the common good. Organized and decisive in implementing their vision. The advocate thrives in careers that allow them to make a meaningful impact and utilize their creativity and empathy. Ideal career paths include those in counseling, writing, human resources, teaching, and artistic fields. They are drawn to roles where they can help others, solve complex problems, and express their ideas in a meaningful way. You are the deep spiritual lover. Like INFPs, INFJs are big on falling head over heels in love, and you have no reservations when it comes to showing it. However, your version of romance has a bit more of a spiritual or philosophical vibe. Your expressions of affection are profound and may sometimes be communicated in ways that your partner may not see as much at first. For example, you might give them a gift that holds deep symbolic meaning, like a memento that represents a significant moment in your relationship, or an inside joke between the two of you. Strengths and weaknesses. So your strengths are that you're insightful, principled, passionate, altruistic, and creative. Your weaknesses are that you're sensitive to criticism, you're reluctant to open up, perfectionist, avoiding the ordinary, and prone to burnout. If you are an INFP, you are the mediator, idealistic, loyal to their values and to people who are important to them. Want to live a life that is congruent with their values. Curious, quick to see possibilities, can be catalysts for implementing ideas. Seek to understand people and to help them fulfill their potential. Adaptable, flexible, and accepting unless a value is threatened. Whatever they do, INFPs want to feel that their work is helping others. It's not surprising then that many people with this personality type choose careers that are focused on service, such as counseling, psychology, teaching, healthcare, social work, massage therapy, or physical rehabilitation. The INFPs are the ultimate die-hard romantics. For you, romance isn't about quick flings or puppy love. It's about having a soulmate who matches your vision of what love should be. But even though your feelings run deep, your romantic gestures are more subtle than grandiose. You are more likely to write a heartfelt poem or curate a playlist of songs that are special to you than go for the flashy displays of Insta romance. Strengths and weaknesses. So your strengths are that you're empathetic, generous, open-minded, creative, passionate, and idealistic. Your weaknesses are that you're unrealistic, self-isolating, unfocused, emotionally vulnerable, too eager to please, and self-critical. If you got ENFJ, you are the protagonist. Warm, empathetic, responsive, and responsible. Highly attuned to the emotions, needs, and motivations of others. Find potential in everyone and want to help others fulfill their potential. May act as catalysts for individual and group growth. Loyal, responsive to praise and criticism. Sociable, facilitates others in a group and provide inspiring leadership. Unfortunately, I lost the footage where I talked about career and romance. But when it comes to choosing a career, people with the ENFJ personality type, or the protagonists, find fulfillment in doing what they love most, helping others. They also prefer careers where their charisma is an important factor for success. ENFJs can excel in nearly any people-oriented field, such as human resources, event management, recruiting, or public relations. You are the thoughtful, nurturing partner. While ENFJs appreciate classic romance like flowers and nice dinners, your romantic style is more about thoughtful and personal gestures that make your partner feel truly seen and understood. For example, you might plan a surprise that fulfills a dream they've mentioned, like organizing a trip to a destination they've always wanted to visit, or get them a gift that helps them move them closer to their goals. So your strengths are that you're receptive, reliable, passionate, altruistic, and charismatic. Your weaknesses are that you're unrealistic, overly idealistic, condescending, intense, and overly empathetic. If you got ENFP, you are the campaigner, warmly enthusiastic and imaginative. See life as full of possibilities, make connections between events and information very quickly, and confidently proceed based on the patterns they see. Want a lot of affirmation from others and readily give appreciation and support. Spontaneous and flexible, often rely on their ability to improvise and their verbal fluency. The campaigner personality type thrive in careers that allow for creativity, connection with others, and opportunities for growth. They excel in dynamic, flexible environments and often enjoy roles that involve public speaking, media, or helping professions. ENFPs tend to dislike monotonous tasks and need jobs that align with their values and allow them to make a difference. You are the passionate, enthusiastic heart. ENFPs are deeply passionate and don't shy away from expressing love, often doing it in impulsive and over-the-top ways. For example, you might surprise your partner by splurging on a spontaneous getaway or just an impromptu date, doing something exciting you've never done before. For you, romance is about keeping things fresh and exciting, and you'll go out of your way to keep the fizzle alive. Strengths and weaknesses. So your strengths are that you're curious, perceptive, enthusiastic, excellent communicators, easygoing, good-natured, and positive. Your weaknesses are that you're people-pleasing, unfocused, disorganized, overly accommodating, overly optimistic, and restless. Next, we have the sentinels. They consist of the logistician, the defender, the executive, and the consul. They are ISTJ, ISFJ, ESTJ, and ESFJ. If you got the ISTJ, you are the logician. Quiet, serious, earn success by being thorough and dependable. Practical, matter-of-fact, realistic, and responsible. Decide logically what should be done and work toward it steadily, regardless of distractions. Take pleasure in making everything orderly and organized, both their work, their home, and their life. Value traditions and loyalty. ISTJs are analytical thinkers who prefer to deal with facts rather than emotions. They are excellent planners and organizers, which is why they can be drawn to law enforcement, accounting, and engineering careers. ISTJs are perfectionists who like to be in control of everything around them. You are the mature, dependable partner. ISTJs find the sappy, romantic stuff unnecessary at best, and downright uncomfortable and awkward at worst. The whole idea of moonlit beach walks or Valentine's Day postcards probably make you cringe a little. Like ESTJs, your expressions of care and affection are more quiet and practical, like paying attention to details and taking care of everyday responsibilities and ensuring everything is organized and in place with your partner. It's not the stuff of Hallmark movies, but your dependability makes you a solid, reliable partner who will always have your loved ones back. Strengths and weaknesses. So your strengths are that you're honest and direct, disciplined, very responsible, calm and practical, organized and effective, and research-oriented. Your weaknesses are that you're stubborn, insensitive, always by the book, judgmental, and prone to burnout. If you got ISFJ, you are the defender. Quiet, friendly, responsible, and conscientious. Committed and steady in meeting their obligations. Thorough, painstaking, and accurate. You're loyal and considerate. You notice and remember specifics about people who are important to you, and you're concerned with how others feel. Strive to create an orderly and harmonious environment at work and at home. ISFJs often seek out workplaces where colleagues work closely together and support one another. Loyalty and a sense of duty are important to them. So fields such as healthcare worker, social work, and administrative and secretarial work all tend to appeal to them. You are the classic romantic. You are very traditional and excel at classic romance like no other personality type. Think candlelit dinners, walk on a moonlit beach, and timeless proposals. You listen to your partner and remember the little things about them. So you might surprise them with a gift that shows you've been paying attention. Maybe buying them a piece of jewelry that caught their attention weeks ago, or taking them to that restaurant that they wanted to try, even if they only mention it in passing. Strengths and weaknesses. So your strengths are that you're supportive, reliable, observant, enthusiastic, hardworking, and good practical skills. Your weaknesses are that you're overly humble, taking things personally, repressing your feelings, reluctant to change, and too altruistic. If you got ESTJ, you are the executive. Practical, realistic, matter of fact. Decisive, quickly move to implement decisions. Organize projects and people to get things done. Focus on getting results in the most efficient way possible. Take care of routine details. Have a clear set of logical standards, systematically follow them and want others to also do so. Forceful in implementing their plans. ESTJ personalities thrive in careers that allow them to leverage their organizational skills, logical thinking, and leadership qualities. They excel in structured environment with clear goals and responsibilities. Some ideal career paths for ESTJs include management, finance, law enforcement, and roles requiring strong analytical and decision-making skills. You are the practical, reliable supporter. While you're deeply dedicated and loyal in your relationships, romance doesn't come naturally to you. Frankly, you don't really see the point in it. After all, you're a pragmatic at heart, so your way of showing love is more about practical, tangible stuff. You might, for example, plan a perfectly organized vacation or just handle all the logistics of your life together. Because who needs romance when your utility bills are always paid on time and your home is always in order? Your strengths and your weaknesses. So your strengths are that you're dedicated, strong-willed, direct and honest, loyal, patient and reliable, enjoy creating order, and excellent organizers. Your weaknesses are that you're inflexible and stubborn, uncomfortable with change, judgmental, too focused on social status, difficulty relaxing, and difficulty expressing emotion. If you got ESFJ, you are the consul, warm-hearted, conscientious, and cooperative. Want harmony in their environment? Work with determination to establish it. Like to work with others to complete tasks accurately and on time. Loyal, follow through even in small matters. Notice what others need in their day-to-day lives and try to provide it. Want to be appreciated for who they are and for what they contribute. You thrive in careers that involve working with people, providing support and creating structure. They are naturally drawn to roles in healthcare, education, social services, and customer-facing positions. ESFJs excel at communication, organization, and fostering positive relationships, making them well-suited for roles that allow them to utilize these strengths while contributing to a structured and supportive environment. You are the caring, show not tell romantic. For ESFJs, love is all about meaningful actions rather than just sweet words or flashy gestures. Plus, your knack for noticing and remembering the little things make you great at showing your partner how much you love and cherish them. For example, you might organize a weekend getaway, planning every detail to make sure everything is just the way they like it. Or just pay attention to the little things, like how they like their pillows arranged, and then incorporate those touches into your daily life. Your strengths and your weaknesses. So your strengths are that you have strong practical skills, strong sense of duty, very loyal, sensitive and warm, and good at connecting with others. Your weaknesses are that you're worried about your social status, inflexible, vulnerable to criticism, often too needy, and too selfless. Lastly, we have the explorers. They consist of the virtuoso, the adventurer, the entrepreneur, and the entertainer. They are ISTP, ISFP, ESTP, and ESFP. If you got ISTP, you are the virtuoso, tolerant and flexible, quiet observers until a problem appears, then act quickly to find workable solutions. Analyze what makes things work and readily get through large amounts of data to isolate the core of practical problems. Interested in cause and effect, organize facts using logical principles, and value efficiency. ISTPs like analyzing problems and responding to crises. They enjoy working autonomously and tend to prefer hands-on or analytical work. Jobs that might appeal to ISTPs might include surgery, agriculture, or engineering. You are the fun and adventurous lover. Traditional romance like cute presents or lovey-dovey words is not you at all. You're all about the action and connection, not the theatrics. That's why you tend to show affection by organizing activities you can do together, like taking on an adrenaline-pumping experience or just doing something that engages your senses and brings you closer, such as cooking a special dinner or renovating your apartment together. Your strengths and your weaknesses. Your strengths are you're diligent and observant, handy and resourceful, spontaneous, direct and authentic, independent and grounded. Your weaknesses are that you're unapologetic, insensitive, private and reserved, easily bored, independent and overly skeptical. If you got ISFP, you are the adventurer. Quiet, friendly, sensitive and kind. Enjoy the present moment and what's going on around you. You like to have your own space and to work with your own time frame. Loyal and committed to their values and to people who are important to them. Dislike disagreements and conflicts. Don't force their opinions or values on others. They usually choose careers where they are given a great deal of autonomy, so their natural artistic abilities can operate at their best and allow them to be consistent with their strong core of inner values. ISFPs are natural artists, counselors, and teachers. They rarely enjoy the fast-paced corporate world. You are the quiet, artistic romantic. You bring a quiet, understated kind of romance to your relationships. Even though you experience deep emotions, you don't tend to wear them on your sleeve. That's why, instead of over-the-top displays, your affection is shown in subtle, creative ways that may seem understated to others, but that say a lot. For example, you might put together a photo album with your best memories as a couple, or even create something handmade for your partner. Strengths and weaknesses. So your strengths are that you're charming, sensitive to others, kind and encouraging, imaginative and passionate. Your weaknesses are that you have difficulty with structure, unpredictable, easily stressed, difficulty with technical problem solving, fluctuating self-esteem. If you got ESTP, you are the entrepreneur, flexible and tolerant. Take a pragmatic approach focused on immediate results. Bored by theories and conceptual explanations. Want to act energetically to solve the problem. Focus on the here and now. Spontaneous, enjoy each moment they can be active with others. Enjoy material comforts and style. Learn best through doing. ESTPs enjoy taking risks, managing crises and putting out fires. They work best surrounded by active, task-oriented people in an environment that is immediate and focused on the projects. You are likely to be attracted to jobs in the protective services, agriculture, manufacturing, and marketing. You are the bold, spontaneous lover. You are all about action and being in the present moment. That's why when it comes to romance, you're more about creating fun experiences that get the adrenaline going and keep things fresh. For example, you might surprise your partner with a spontaneous trip to a place neither of you has been before, or snag tickets to see a band you both love. Strengths and weaknesses. Strengths are that you're bold, rational and practical, original, perceptive, direct and sociable. Your weaknesses are that you're insensitive, impatient, impulsive, unstructured, may miss the bigger picture and defiant. If you got ESFP, you are the entertainer, outgoing, friendly and accepting, exuberant lovers of life, people and material comforts. Enjoy working with others to make things happen. Bring common sense and a realistic approach to their work and make work fun. Flexible and spontaneous. Adapt readily to new people and environments. Learn best by trying a new skill with other people. Thrive in careers that offer social interaction, hands-on activities and the opportunity to make a positive impact on others. They excel in roles that allow them to be spontaneous, adaptable, and enjoy a dynamic work environment. Careers that are fitting for you would be social worker, counselor, HR, artist, actor, flight attendant, teacher, or a real estate agent. You are the impulsive, spontaneous lover. You are the type who truly embodies the live in the moment philosophy. That's why you're more about passionate and impulsive acts of love rather than classical pre-planned romantic gestures. Whether it's by pulling your partner into a spontaneous dance, in the kitchen or giving them a passionate kiss in the middle of a crowded place, you don't have any reservations when it comes to expressing your bursts of affection. Strengths and weaknesses. Your strengths are you're bold, original, positive and enthusiastic, hands-on and observant, and excellent people skills. Your weaknesses are that you're sensitive, conflict averse, easily bored, poor long-term planners, and unfocused. That's gonna be everything for this video. Tell me in the comments down below what MBTI personality you got and if the description fits you. If you're still here at the end of the video, thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. I post new videos every week, so if you enjoy this type of content, please consider subscribing. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye!